Once upon a time, in a small, vibrant town nestled between sprawling oak trees and a winding river that sparkled in the sunlight, there lived a young girl named Lila. A bright soul whose laughter could lift the heaviest of hearts. Her dreams filled the pages of an old notebook she always carried with her. Every day, she woke up with the sun. The aroma of dough and warm bread filled her small bakery, her hands covered in dough as she shaped loaves of bread, her voice telling stories to the customers who lingered over the crispy loaves. Her life was a steady hum of effort and quiet happiness. She always helped her parents. Her mother wove baskets from riverside reeds to sell at the market. Her father repaired old bicycles in the messy yard. The three of them made a modest living. Lila was always sure that something bigger was just over the horizon. Then one day a storm howled, fierce and relentless, pouring torrents of rain on the town. The river rose until it burst, smashing the bakery door, shattering the windows and washing away her oven, her dreams drowning in a muddy tide, leaving her family devastated and her debts piled up like dark clouds. The villagers huddled together, speaking quietly but firmly, telling Lila to pack up and go to the city, where there was better work. But she stood amid the ruins of the ruined shop, struggling with doubt, wondering if leaving was just a failure in disguise, and instead of running away, she picked up a broom, swept away the rubble, and began to put things back together, doing odd jobs like scrubbing pots at the diner or delivering groceries on her father's shaky bicycle, pouring every penny she earned into fixing the chaos, though it pained her when her old friends stopped coming, too busy with their own lives to even nod to her, until one evening, staring at the cracked walls of the flooded bakery, the weight of it all nearly crushed her, and she wandered to the edge of town, where an old potter lived in a small, slanted house, his hands rough as bark, his eyes sharp and full of wisdom. The potter sat her down, listened to Lila tell of her struggles, her losses, her isolation, her hardships, and then with a warm smile he handed her three things: a tomato, a sugar cube and some tea leaves, and told her to take them home, drop them in boiling water, and then come back with what she had learned. Lila did so, watching the tomato soften, the sugar cube dissolve into nothing, the tea leaves tinge the water with a bright, earthy glow, and when she returned, the potter leaned forward, asking her what she saw, and Lila explained that the tomato had become weak and heavy, the sugar had dissolved completely, but the tea had turned the water into something alive, something fragrant. Then the potter nodded, saying that life is like boiling water. Some people absorb hardships and sag like tomatoes, others let it melt like sugar, but the best ones, like tea, not only endure but create their own unique aroma and flavor. That struck Lila like a fire, rekindling the resolve she had almost lost, showing her that she didn't want to collapse or disappear. She wanted to brew something wonderful out of that mess. So Lila took a risk, borrowed a small sum of money from a neighbor who liked her bread, and set up a small bakery and tea stall amidst the wreckage of the storm, using her mother's baskets as tables, making tea with herbs she picked along the riverbank, serving hot cups of tea and making it herself, and soon people slowly came, then flooded in, drawn by the warmth of the tea and the stories she shared, her little stall gradually becoming a cozy shelter that helped her family pull themselves back from the brink, enough to refurbish her father's bicycle shop, for her mother to get better reeds for weaving, until one day she saw a line of people stretching down the street and knew she had turned the flood into a solid foothold. Finally, Lila's story spreads around town like a wind, proving that storms don't have to drown you, they can lead you to something stronger. So what do you think? How do you face the storms of life? Please share comments, and if this touches you, like, subscribe. Let's continue telling these stories together.